Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rosa, and today I'm so excited because I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a no oven vegan pizza right on your stovetop in a cast iron skillet. And yes, it's easier than you think, and the best part is you won't need any yeast, no rising time, just self-rising flour. And I'm going to show you how to make that as well. So let's get started. So if you don't have self-rising flour and you don't want to go to the store and purchase it, here's an easy recipe to make it yourself. So all you need is 4 cups of all-purpose flour. To get an accurate measurement, use a spoon to scoop the flour into your measuring cup instead of scooping it directly from the bag. Six teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. So for this self-rising flour, you want to make sure all the ingredients are completely combined. So if you have a sifter, put it through the sifter. But if you only have a whisk, like I have, then whisk it up together really, really well. After sifting your flour, be sure to store it in an airtight container until you're ready to use it. So now that the self-rising flour is all done, here are the ingredients for the pizza dough. What you're going to need is 2 cups of self-rising flour, a pinch of salt, and before I add the olive oil, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of oregano, dried oregano, just to bump up that flavor. Just toss it a bit. And now we're going to add our olive oil. So we're adding the olive oil because it's going to add some richness to the dough, and it also adds to the dough's texture. We're going to mix that up until we get kind of like a crumbly texture. So now we're going to gradually add about 3/4 cups of the water, and we're going to stir it and add a little bit of water at a time till we get the consistency that we're looking for. And we're looking for like a soft dough consistency, so you might not need the whole full cup of water. So that's about the consistency that we're looking for. A nice soft dough. Making pizza used to be so intimidating to me until I discovered this no yeast method. It was a game changer. Now I like to make pizza almost every weekend if I had a chance. Now we're going to knead the dough for about 5 minutes until it gets smooth and elasticy. I love kneading dough. It's just so therapeutic. So go ahead and get your hands in there. So while you're kneading, the way I do my kneading, my method, I kind of pull it in, push it with the heel of my hand, and I turn it and I push it. While I'm turning it, I'm trying to make sure I keep a circle shape so that when I'm done, I can roll it into a ball easily. So I've kneaded the dough enough. So now we're going to roll it out to fit the cast iron skillet. So if you need to, just add a little bit of flour to the bench and just roll it out to the shape and the size that you need. So if you use a smaller cast iron skillet, You're gonna get a thicker dough, but right now I'm using a really large skillet so I can get a nice thin crust, or semi-thin crust at least. Let me turn this down and turn that down. Trying to get a round shape can be a little difficult, but you know what? This dough is flexible, pliable, so you don't have to worry about it being a perfect shape, of course, but at least it's adjustable. So I think that's about the size I need for my skillet. Of course, it might be a little difficult to move your dough to the skillet, but I have a trick for you, okay? So what you're gonna do is put a little bit of flour on one side of your dough. This is gonna prevent it from sticking to itself. You're gonna take the 1/2 and you're gonna fold it in half. Add a little bit more flour to the other side. And then you're gonna fold that in half as well. It kind of looks like a pizza slice, right? So then we're gonna transfer this into our skillet and we're gonna fold it. Let me show you. So I preheated the skillet over medium heat and I added a little bit of oil into it and I wiped it out. So now we're gonna add our dough carefully into the pan. So what you're gonna do is have the pointer side of the dough, set that right in the center, and then you're gonna just unfold your crust. There you go. And then you just adjust it as it goes in the pan. You might hear a little bit of a sizzle, but that's okay because that means that it's gonna cook properly. So we're gonna let the first side cook for about 5 to 7 minutes until you see some bubbles forming on top of the dough. Then we'll know it's ready. So while the pizza crust is cooking, let me show you the toppings that I prepped before making the dough. So quick tip, I recommend you cut your vegetables really thin, especially if you're using tomatoes or mushrooms because they have a higher water content, and this will also help prevent from your pizza from getting soggy. See how the bubbles came up? So it kind of got nice and fluffy. So now let's check the bottom. So that'll be able to hold up to all the toppings and the sauce. With the flip side now on top, let's go ahead and add our pizza sauce and all of our toppings. Cover the skillet with a lid. This will trap the heat, helping the cheese and the toppings to cook through. Wow, okay, the cheese has melted and I see that the veggies has cooked through and it's nice and crusty. So we're gonna take it and we're gonna carefully move it over to a cutting board and try it out. So it got nice and crispy. So at this point, what we like to do is add a little bit of drizzle of olive oil on it, a little bit of Parmesan, vegan Parmesan. I'm gonna add a little bit of red pepper flakes for heat because we like it that way. And these things are just optional, guys. You don't have to. It's just we like ours a little bit of spice in our pizza. And sometimes I like to top it with the spinach instead of cooking it in the pan with the spinach because sometimes it gets a little too wilty. And there you have it. So the moment of truth, I'm gonna cut into it and let you know how it tastes. That is really good, guys, and it's crispy on the outside and in the inside it's nice and soft and tender. It tastes delicious and those flavors meld together perfectly. And the best part, we made it without using the oven. So I hope you give this stovetop vegan pizza a try, and you can even make it for your family who are not vegans. You can just swap out the vegan cheese for regular cheese, okay guys? So if you like this recipe, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna make this pizza and what is your favorite topping for your pizza. Comment below. Once you give it a thumbs up, why not subscribe to my channel, guys? And when you do, hit the bell notification so every time I upload a video, you'll be notified by YouTube that I posted. So with that being said, I am Rosa and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys.